Well, a fear that I think many of us may have had for a while may have just become a reality. On March 26th, Canva and Serif announced that Canva has acquired Affinity to the tune of about $400 million, making this Canva's biggest acquisition yet. So if Canva is now in charge of Affinity, what does this mean for the future of millions of people's favorite tools? What is at stake for the creative community? If you're unfamiliar, Canva is a design-based company that has over 100 million users and aims to simplify design for the average person. And the Affinity Suite is one of the last remaining one-time purchase softwares that is comparable to Adobe software that is made for professionals. So why did Canva want to acquire Affinity? Well, Canva wants to compete with Adobe, which I applaud any company trying to compete with Adobe. However, many others, including myself, are worried about this. I mean, just take a look at the dislike ratio on the announcement video that Affinity put out. And even just a quick scroll into the comments, and you'll be met with people who are not happy about this. Like Simon's comment, the whole reason for buying Affinity was it was an independent and it didn't involve subscriptions, and this puts that in jeopardy. So are we about to lose what may be one of the last good perpetual license apps? You see, Canva makes their money through a subscription-based model, and I would be willing to bet that most people who have Affinity bought it to get away from subscriptions. I know that's why I did. In Serif's announcement post on their website, they say that the Affinity apps won't be affected at all, and they're still making many free updates for version 2, and that there's no change to their current pricing model at this time. It's within those 3 words that make me worried. I would love to give Canva the benefit of the doubt because I'm sure they recognize that most people move to Affinity for the perpetual license. So while I was editing this video, Canva actually put out a post on their website, and the post is their 4 pledges to the community. And within the post it says, "We are committed to continue to offer perpetual licenses in the future. If we do offer a subscription, it will only ever be as an option alongside the perpetual model for those who prefer it." This sounds like it's kind of going to go like the way of Capture One, where you can get a subscription, or you can just pay perpetual license for one of the versions. Now, while this is awesome, and it does make me feel a lot better, in fact, even some of the other pledges that they have in here are awesome, like the Affinity Suite will soon be made available without charge to schools and registered nonprofits. Like, that's awesome. However, this still leaves a sour taste in my mouth because why would they not say this with the announcement? Because surely they knew people were going to be worried about this sort of stuff. And why would they say that there's no plans to change the pricing at this time? If they already knew that Canva wasn't planning on changing it, or at least still having a perpetual option. And the fact that they say if we do offer a subscription means that they're probably going to offer a subscription if we're being honest. So I'm curious to see how the future is going to hold up. But for the time being, let's get back to the video and back to my opinions. As I mentioned in other videos, I understand that subscription-based models are a great way to keep cash flow for a business. I mean, after all, Serif has 90 employees and a yearly revenue of about $60 million. And it seems like they were only growing, but I do think this acquisition is going to turn away a lot of people, especially if they do go subscription in the future. Of course, it is all possible that we're all overreacting and everything does turn out fine or even for the better, but there is good and bad in everything. And let's be honest, this is a story that we've heard many times before. On the bright side, I'm glad that it seems like everyone is keeping their jobs and that the only thing that really has changed so far is that Canva is just acting as the parent company of Serif. When it comes to the customers though, change leads to uncertainty. And I'm worried about the future of Affinity. I've been using Affinity apps for 4 years now. I guess I do find solace in that we can still use version 1 and version 2 as long as we want, which, all things considered, I think I'm okay with because I love Affinity Photo and I think it will still be my editor of choice. If you are a fan of me and my channel, then you know that a majority of my content is Affinity Photo tutorials. And this is mostly how I make my living right now. But I've been thinking about experimenting with some different content ideas lately, and I think this might be the final push to actually try it out. I still absolutely plan on making tutorials in the future, because I love to share my knowledge with you. But I am going to start diversifying and trying other things in the wake of this acquisition. If you have something you want me to cover, please let me know in the comments. I seriously can't wait to see what I can create for you, and I really hope you enjoy what I have in store. If you're wondering what alternative software you can check out and see why I left Adobe, you can check out this video here. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.